Do you want to know how to answer the following Part 2 IELTS speaking question? Well, stay tuned because that is what we're going to do today. I'm going to give you some new vocabulary and I'm going to give you my own model answer read 2 times. The first quite slowly so you can practice your pronunciation, and the second at a native speed so you could practice intonation, rhythm, and stress. If you do not remember, my name is Kevin. I'm an IELTS teacher and former IELTS examiner. Let's get started. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce you to a couple of new vocabulary terms and some idiomatic phrases that you can use. And the first one is in awe. If you are in awe of something, you are incredibly impressed. It is a very extreme phrase to use, and I'm going to want to hear it in your voice. You are in awe if you go and see the Grand Canyon in America. You are in awe the first time you visit your nation's capital and see this big, thriving city around you. It's a really extreme reaction. Similar to that is breathtaking. Something is breathtaking if it takes your breath away. Again, this is an idiomatic phrase, and it is something that is very extreme. You wouldn't say going to your local swimming pool is breathtaking, but the first time you visit the ocean, it is probably a breathtaking experience. An idiomatic phrase that I'm going to use is set foot in. We might talk about the first time you set foot in a country, the first time you set foot in a location, and it just means the first time you visit. I'll tell you a frequent mistake that I hear from my students using this idiom is they will say, set a foot in or set my foot in, and we don't really use it that way. I would say the first time I set foot in. That's the phrase. A lot of times with idioms, it's a set phrase. You can't change them around, and that's what this is. We just don't change it. I have 2 more for you. The next one is feel small. Something might make you feel small. There's a couple of ways that we can use it. One can be quite negative. But here I'm not using it that way. I mean, seeing the ocean made me feel small. It just made me feel part of a much bigger picture. Made me feel insignificant. But in a good way. It is not negative. There is a negative use as well. If a person makes you feel small, that's not a good thing. But if you're talking about an experience, particularly a breathtaking experience, or a powerful moment make you feel small, that's okay, and it's not negative to say that. I'll also be using the phrasal soak in, meaning absorb, meaning take in. For example, I like to go to a cafe on a crowded street and just soak in the noise of the city. I am standing outside of it, drinking my coffee, but surrounded by it, absorbing it all. It's idiomatic, phrasal verb, very common. And the final word that I want to bring to your attention is more of a precise vocabulary word, and that is serene. Serene and peaceful are very close to one another, but I would use peaceful much more commonly. To me, serene is another level of peaceful, almost a special peaceful. For example, churches are serene places. Temples and pagodas are serene places. It's a very special, peaceful quiet. Right now, I'm filming in my apartment. My apartment is peaceful. There's nothing here other than a very rotten little cat that runs around that you have seen pictures of. But I wouldn't describe my apartment as serene. To me, that is something that is special. So those are the new vocabulary. Let's look at the question again. Describe an unusual but interesting building you would like to visit. You should say where it is, what it looks like, why you think it is unusual and interesting, and explain why you would like to visit. Again, I'm going to remind you, those 4 bullet points are not something you have to pay attention to. Craft your own answer. And here is my answer. I'm going to read it quite slowly the first time. A building I'd love to visit again because it's so unusual and fascinating is Independence Palace, which is located right in the heart of Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. It's a prime example of modernist architecture. It has a lot of clean lines and light, airy spaces. On top of that, it's deeply tied to Vietnam's history, which makes it even more interesting. I've only been there once, back in 2014, but it left such a strong impression on me that I've always wanted to go back. I remember wandering through the long hallways and being completely in awe of how the building was constructed. Despite the tropical heat outside, it felt surprisingly cool and comfortable inside, thanks to the high ceilings and massive windows. There were a lot of clever ways they designed the building to keep the air flowing. It's also surrounded by these big leafy trees, which give the whole place a calm feeling, right in the middle of the city's chaos. I honestly had never set foot in a place like it before. There are really 2 reasons why this building stands out so much in my mind. First, the architecture itself is truly breathtaking. Walking down those grand corridors and looking out over lawns and gardens, I just kept thinking how unique it was compared to any other buildings I'd ever visited. The second reason is the historical weight of the place. So many important decisions were made there. So many critical moments in Vietnam's history unfolded inside those walls. Standing there, you can't help but feel small by the idea that you're in the exact spot where history was made. That's why I'd absolutely love to go back. I want to admire the building's beauty again, but also really soak in all the stories it holds. Now, I'm going to read the same question again, but I want you to pay more attention to my native speed, intonation, stress, and rhythm. A building I'd love to visit again because it's so unusual and fascinating is Independence Palace, which is located right in the heart of Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. It's a prime example of modernist architecture. It has a lot of clean lines and light, airy spaces. On top of that, it's deeply tied to Vietnam's history, which makes it even more interesting. I've only been there once, back in 2014, but it left such a strong impression on me that I've always wanted to go back. I remember wandering through the long hallways and being completely in awe of how the building was constructed. Despite the tropical heat outside, it felt surprisingly cool and comfortable inside, thanks to the high ceilings and massive windows. There were a lot of clever ways they designed the building to keep the air flowing. It's also surrounded by these big leafy trees, which give the whole place a calm feeling, right in the middle of the city's chaos. I honestly had never set foot in a place like it before. There are really 2 reasons why this building stands out so much in my mind. First, the architecture itself is truly breathtaking. Walking down those grand corridors and looking out over lawns and gardens, I just kept thinking how unique it was compared to any other building I'd ever visited. The second reason is the historical weight of the place. So many important decisions were made there. So many critical moments in Vietnam's history unfolded inside those walls. Standing there, you just can't help but feel small by the idea that you're in the exact spot where history was made. That's why I'd absolutely love to go back. I want to admire the building's beauty again, but also really soak in all the stories it holds. Go back and listen again, especially to the second version. Record yourself reading the same thing and compare. Try and match my intonation, stress, and rhythm. Also, pay attention to how these answers are put together using the Triple E method. It's not something you have to do, but I think it is a good method to build a solid Part 2 response. When you're done, try and come up with your own answer using the Triple E. And if you want feedback, leave that answer in the comments below, and I'll be happy to give you feedback on it. In fact, leave me a comment letting me know if you find these videos helpful and what questions you would like me to do next. If you find the videos valuable, also give me a thumbs up and a subscription. And until next time, happy studies.